What's up, YouTube? Is video number 5. Yesterday I talked about saving up 10K. Today I'm going to talk about how to get a good credit score. I know there's 1,000 videos on this already, but I just wanted to add my perspective on it because I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. People definitely overcomplicate it so that you can then pay them for their services. Like, I'm very against like credit repair specialists because most of it is common sense, and a lot of people just don't have the information to fix their credit or to understand credit. So they just pay people hundreds of dollars for like simple knowledge. But the first thing and the most important thing is to make on-time payments. Like, as simple as it sounds, you have to pay your stuff on time. That accounts for like 35% of your score. If you have a credit card, pay it a couple days before so you won't forget. Student loans, pay that a couple days before so you know the payment process. Any kind of loan or whatever payment you have that reports to your credit, pay it off on time. And once you pay it off on a due date or whatever date, let's give you a credit card example. Okay, credit card, your bill is due on the 15th. That's the due date. You pay it by the due date, right? There's also something called the statement date, which is usually like 2 or 3 days after your due date. So once you make your payment on the due date on the 15th, don't use the card again until after your statement date. If you make a payment on the due date and then you swipe your card again after the due date, in between the due date and the statement date, it's gonna make you carry a balance, and it's almost like you did not pay your credit card bill because you'll carry a balance. So I repeat, do not use your credit card in between the due date and the statement date, because you'll end up carrying a balance. And we could talk about carrying balances and all that later on in the video, but I personally don't believe in carrying balances. My next one would be kind of a similar point. Just pay what you owe, man. Like, if you just say you get an apartment, right, and you want to move out early, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, y'all broke up in between your lease, and y'all have like 3 more months, and y'all having issues on who's gonna pay this because the other one wants you to pay it, you want her to pay it. It's just all bad. So y'all both move out and no one pays the rent. And then 3 months later, the apartment is sending the remaining bill to both y'all collections, and y'all like, who finna pay for this? Because y'all both went into it. Well, let me give you another example. Someone gets like a utility bills or something like that, and you move out and then you don't want to pay it no more. Or you get a brand new car and you voluntarily give it up for repossession. Like, that money doesn't disappear. You still have to pay that, and they'll just send that to collections. And I know what a lot of people do with the collections crap is they'll send these letters to try to like excuse the debt or whatever like that. Me personally, I'm against sending letters. I think what people don't understand is, and what the case is most of the times is, people send these letters. They'll be like, oh, I actually got forgiven for so and so. I don't have to worry about it anymore. What they usually do is you send a letter in, whoever you send it to, the agency, the whoever, they'll take it off your credit, and then once everything like processes and they realize it's like fraudulent, they'll just put it right back on your credit like a couple months later, because credit takes time for stuff to pop up and stuff like that. Sometimes it may work, but a lot of times it doesn't, and a lot of times you're paying someone for those letters. So you just got yourself out of a couple $100 by paying this person, and you also are going to keep that whatever debt or collection or whatever you have on your credit still a couple months later. By the time it gets back on your credit, they're long gone, bro. And if you still can get in contact with them, they're gonna be like, it was like your fault or something like that, or you didn't do something. So it's really a lose-lose game. I mean, even my mom paid someone, and I was like, bro, you do not need to do that. I got her set up with a credit card, and her credit score literally like went up to like the 700s. So you literally don't even need to pay hundreds of dollars for credit repair. It's so simple. There's a million videos on it. My next point would be, when you have a credit card, you have to use less than 30%. I know people bounce in between 30 and 10% on what they say, but we just going to use 30 for everyone. So for example, just say you have a $100 secure card, right? You can't spend over $100 on that card. If you were to carry a balance, you cannot carry more than $30 per month on that card. If you start carrying more than $30 on that card, you're going to look like you need the credit. Your credit score is going to start dropping. This is going to be overall bad for your credit score. And when I say it looks like you need credit, I guess in the credit agency eyes and whoever like creates the credit scores, they don't want you to look like you need your credit, because you're going to look like, like you're struggling almost, if that makes sense. Like, I need this money. So you may go out and spend $80 on something you need, and now you have to carry a balance because it's just all wonky, bro. It just looks like you're struggling almost, like to the credit agency's eyes. So they're going to decrease your score because you actually need the credit that they're providing, which is crazy. It's almost like you're running in the loop. But I mean, it is what it is. It's the race and fight we gotta fight to finance things and get things that we want if you don't have the cash for it. So yeah, don't go over 30%, and for sure don't max out your credit cards, bro. Like, that's crazy to me, like how some people will use credit cards and act like it's not real money, like you don't have to pay it back. And then credit cards have the highest interest rates of anything. So why do that? I mean, if you want to go splurge on some stuff that you don't care about paying back, just get like a loan from the bank or something like that. That may be way cheaper, but I don't know, that might be a harder process to get approved for. Next point is, it really depends on who you say. I think the correct way is, if you should carry a balance or not. You should definitely not carry a balance, just to be disciplined. Like, you shouldn't be carrying a balance, because sometimes you forget and you might carry more than 30%, and it's just a wild game to play. You should just be disciplined and pay your credit card off on time, due to the fact that it helps you stay disciplined. I have carried a balance before, and I did see a drastic jump in my credit, but that is temporary. So for example, just say I made a mistake and carried a balance of like $20. If you go on the Experian app, when the next month comes, your credit score is probably going to jump like 15 to 20 points. And then once you pay it off again, the following month, it'll probably drop down like 10 or 15. But that's like not real, and it won't be a difference. You won't see that 20% jump. I mean, that 20-point jump when you like it's time to apply for a loan or something like that. Like, it's not real. It's just like the Experian app. So I think that's what people may begin confused with carrying the balance, but you definitely shouldn't carry a balance, especially if you have like other stuff in your credit. Like it becomes pointless at that point, and then it just builds good discipline on paying all your bills on time and not half-assing it. My next point would be don't close old accounts. Now this one is dumb to me almost, because just say you got a credit card 5 years ago, and this actually happened to me. I got a secured credit card like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I mean, it was a terrible card, but it was a starter card, so it did help my credit over time. Got the card, ended up graduating to like bigger and better cards, and I was like, this card is so pointless, and I just don't want to worry about this card anymore, and worry about make sure I'm making a purchase every 3 months or something so it won't close by itself. So I ended up just closing it because I didn't want the extra responsibility on that card, and it was also shitty. And closed the card, and my score probably dropped like 40, 45 points or something like that. But I say this to say is that even though it dropped 40 points, as I made on-time payments on my other cards that I got, it went right back up. So it is really pointless, to be honest. And the thing that I don't like about, I guess, closing accounts is that also applies for when you have like a car loan or like a house loan or whatever loan you have. Whenever you pay your car off, your score will drop, which is crazy because you're penalized for paying off your debt. Like you're applauded by the credit companies to keep yourself in debt, and when you finally get yourself out of debt, your score drops like 30, 40 points. Same with student loans. Paid off my student loans and my credit score dropped like 30 points. Now, over time, over the next few months, my on-time payments on my other not loans, but like on my credit cards and stuff like that, it went right back up and past it. So, I mean, it's really negligible, but I still don't feel like it's right that your score drops whenever you pay off like a loan. It's actually ridiculous to me. So I'll put this into my next point. Well, I said that so wrong. My next point will be co-signing, which is a big no-no. I personally believe, especially if you're younger and you're still like acquiring things and you haven't got a house, you haven't got a car, you should co-sign for no one. Not your mama, not your sisters, not your brothers, not your cousins, not your daddy, no one. Like, you shouldn't co-sign for anyone, to be honest. I mean, you haven't even like acquired what you need in life. So depending on what age you are, if you're co-signing for someone's car or someone's whatever, when it's time for you to get a house, when it's time for you to get a car, your credit looks funny because you already have a car that's not under your name. Well, technically it's under your name. You have this under your name. Like, it affects your DTI, how much you can get approved for in your process, and you're like, man, I shouldn't have did that. Not only does it affect your DTI, it might affect your relationship. Because just say they don't start paying the bill. I mean, they stop paying the bill and something comes on hard times. That is affecting you and your credit too. So in that, you might start arguing with your sister, brother, cousin, family members, whatever, friends. Y'all start arguing. Y'all start getting on bad terms. He's like, or she's like, man, if I ain't gonna pay it anyway, I don't have no... they might not take their credit as serious as yours, so they don't really give a fuck, so they just paying it whenever and this and that, and now you're pissed off. And it's just it's a cycle I've seen that 9 times out of 10 never ends well, because it's just, people have different morals and how they view their finances, and everybody doesn't take their stuff as serious. So, I mean, you should know who you're co-signing for, but at the same time, when bills get tight and money stop flowing in, shit changes. So, I mean, yeah, I would most definitely never co-sign for anyone unless I'm like older and my kids and stuff are starting to get like little stuff. I co-sign. I mean, I'm at the age where I didn't got everything and I'm just trying to help my kids all and stuff. But yeah, you should never cosign for anyone. And then my last point would be, if you want to start off early, if you want to get your kids off on the right foot, or if somebody can get you off on the right foot, I would definitely say, if you know someone, a grandpa or grandma, that has outstanding credit and has a credit card, ask them to be an authorized user on that card. You're going to get all those on-time payments over the years, and that'll definitely help your credit score. Just ask someone. It's not the same as co-signing, but just see if one of your loved ones or whoever let you co-sign. Let you be an authorized user on their card. Because I know a lot of 16-year-olds I grew up with were authorized users on their parents' card. Oh my God. This is what I deal with when you come to Chambly. But yeah, I know a lot of 16-year-olds that I was in high school with that were authorized users on their parents' cards, and by the time they were old enough to get their own card in their own name, they already had like a 700 credit score, which is a cheat code in my opinion, and definitely help your credit, depending on what stage you are in at life. And just to wrap the video up, I mean, credit is not hard. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, people make it hard so you can foot out money to them. They want it complicated, almost like the insurance industry, which is actually complicated, but the more complex it is, the more likely you are to pay someone, and they'll definitely be getting in your pockets. So I just wanted to make a video on what I thought about credit, and want to tell people that it's not hard. You just need to acquire the information and sit down and look for it, because I mean, a baby could do it. But I'm gonna wrap this one up. I appreciate you guys watching my last video, and then, like I said last time, make sure you guys comment so I can talk about things you guys want to hear about, and I'll post a video tomorrow.